Greetings, beautiful viewers. This is Smitten. Welcome to How to Fail at Smite, my original Smite series where I pick up a new god for the first time and poke fun at how I play so that both of us can learn from my mistakes. Episode 3, Vamana. Vamana is a very versatile little baby, and his passive allows for a lot of different builds and playstyles. He can go bruiser or tank and comes in handy in teamfights with his slows and maneuverability, as well as an ultimate that can turn the tide in a teamfight if used correctly. Just make sure you're in the right position. With that done, I'll do something for you that I didn't do for myself and go over his abilities before we begin. His passive ability is Sleeping Giant. Taking hits when his ultimate is not active decreases the cooldown by 1 second each hit from the enemy gods. Additionally, taking hits from enemy gods when the ultimate is active, it increases the duration by 0.5 seconds all the way up to 10 seconds as a giant baby. More importantly, it converts 15% of your physical protection to physical power. His number one ability is Clear the Path. It's a sprint and knockback combined all in one, dealing physical damage plus 40% of your physical power. Note, when active, you steer it with your mouse, something I was and remained unaware of for the duration of this game. Before this video, I'd never looked at Vamana and didn't enter it with a plan, so when I level this, it's a surprise to everyone. However, I'd recommend putting a point in at level 2 and maxing it last. The number 2 ability is Armored Umbrella. Smack everything in a cone in front of you for physical damage plus 100% of your physical power. Filled with basic goodness, I put a point in at level 3 and max it second. The number 3 ability is Umbrella Ring. In anime style, Vamana uses an everyday object as a weapon to great effect as he tosses his umbrella in a line, dealing physical damage plus 20% of your physical power and applying a 30% slow to any god or raindrop that gets in his way. His ultimate Colossal Fury is up next. He becomes a giant baby and rages about getting a buff to his protections and physical power, regenerates 3% of his health per second, and his basic attacks become AoEs. However, he can't use any of his abilities for the duration. Learn to master this and you'll be knocking over Root in the next tournament finals. With players like Allied, how can they resist you? What's up now, Allied? Now he's gonna chicken sauce all over my mashed potatoes with tacos on top. Come at me, bro. Go easy, but come at me. With the ball in Allied's court, my clever editing practices had previously covered up most of my skill checking in-game, trying to figure out what exactly Vamana does, as I realized I didn't look at him at all prior to recording this match. What you couldn't see in the chat or on the minimap is my entire team is at the left lane blue buff. Hercules informs her Aphrodite that she's in right lane. She says I know, at which point Herc rages in barely legible English and Aphrodite says she's just trying to help before slowly walking cross map before the blue buff goes down. This is an excellent start and my hopes are high that I'll come out of this one with a video I can be proud of. As Aphrodite joins me in the lane, Shivalanke polishes off our creep and forces us to back up. As I turn my back on our opponents, Aphrodite decides it'd be a good idea to trade basic attacks for Shivalanke, and ends up on the losing side of the engagement. I wasn't worried, however, as Aphrodite's lovebirds give her great sustainability. I'm obviously not a master at playing Aphrodite, but considering I haven't been kissed or seen any lovebirds, I wonder what ability she decided to level first. You can see the disadvantage one gets when they go to the wrong buff camp and then march across map as I reach level 2 with Aphrodite still trailing behind. And when she lacks an experience, she makes up for it with heart and ingenuity, busting her knockback out on creep. Shivalanke and Hades correctly jump at the opportunity to burn her down, and she dies at a lowly level 1. Hey, I wasn't the first to die! Always remember to celebrate your victories, no matter how small. Chapter 1, Two Heirs to be Smitten. Aphrodite's taken her time returning to the lane, ensuring she expands the level disadvantage further. It's always dangerous to give early kills to Shivalanke as he gains 5 physical power for the first 6 gods he slays. Confidence abound as I remain forgetting she's yet to acquire her dubs and burns her knockback early while I stay in the lane trying to push Hades back far longer than I should have. I pull back a bit as Aphrodite finally hits level 3 and gains her dubs, using them immediately. But alas, Shivalanke comes charging forward, busting his Rising Jaguar before landing his poison darts. The basic attack was just a formality as he had already ensured he would forever be known as the Baby Slayer. Chapter 2, I Think I Can. 4.5 minutes in, my lane has given up 3 kills, and now face off against the low-health Baby Slayer. Eager for vengeance, I pop my ult, and begin stomping around ineffectively. Shivalanke easily escapes me as I refuse to stop auto-attacking at any point. I could use my sprint to chase him down and Armored Umbrella to finish him off, but instead I am determined to stay the course, insisting to turn up something for my embarrassing efforts. My time bestriding the world as the Colossus ends. Hades rushes forth and engages Pillar of Agony, killing off Aphrodite while I'm forced to pop my Aegis as I'd wasted too much mana on minions to use my sprint to escape. With many a poor decision made, I had nothing left to try to escape as the Baby Slayer yet again fires off the Poison Dart Rising Jaguar combo in reverse order, yet it works as he intended. Chapter 3, Low-Hanging Fruit. So far in the game, Aphrodite and I have yet to get past this point in the lane. The opposing team has successfully kept us from retaining any gold or experience in our exchanges, and now stands 2 levels ahead of myself and 3 levels ahead of Aphrodite. And so it surprises me when Aphrodite follows my lead as I charge up to try to get hidden on the baby slayer. When she overextends, feeling secured by our minions, the pair flank her from both sides, and despite her attempt to ward off the dots of the poison darts with her ironically named ult, Undying Love, she falls once again. It takes courage to walk right up to the face of death. Courage, not brains. Chapter 4.
The pain of constant defeat will be unbearable.
Rushing after Baby Slayer with my sprint and clear the path, I also learned how to press more than just 3 buttons ineffectively and land consecutive blows with everything but my ult, which I fortunately didn't use in this engagement. Notice Anubis moving over to right lane both through the jungle and on the minimap. As I do my best to distract, Anubis wraps up the Baby Slayer. The wraps barely slow him down though, and he sprints off into the jungle as I wisely pop my ultimate for the offensive advantage, having learned so well the last time. Disheartened at this missed opportunity for revenge, I stomp off back to my lane, finally realizing that I can cancel my ultimate when I see that Anubis is being chased by Hades and pull back to intercept. Anubis is ready to punish Hades for coming to the Baby Slayer's rescue and sees the opportunity for another gank. He bolts back into the jungle and moves up the lane to position behind Hades. When he emerges, he misses his mummify and misplaces his grasping hands, but finally connects with his locusts. Hades sees the opportunity to retaliate by making sure we're both blighted and burning his ultimate, and instead of using my sprint to easily escape, I pop Aegis. I feel a rush after I narrowly escape Hades and celebrate by dropping Trow and taunting him.
Abandon your arrogance and pride. Otherwise, the pain of constant defeat will be unbearable.
For the first time in this game, I feel like I have more control over the lane than the enemy does. And then I'm joined by the recently resurrected Aphrodite. The Baby Slayer can be seen entering the lane from afar. The first thing I feel is relief that he didn't take the stalking prowess of the Thor from episode 2. The second thing I feel though is the need to start pulling back. All of the kills that have happened in my lane so far were not initiated by the Baby Slayer coming from the jungle, they were initiated face on. And so in an attempt to rein Aphrodite in, I let her know that I'm out of mana, and much to my surprise, she starts to run back towards our tower. Are we finally going to be able to sync up as lane mates and maintain what we have? If you take a look at the chat, you'll see Aphrodite telling me to come with her, and right off the bat I have reservations following her anywhere, especially when we see that Baby Slayer and Hades are advancing on our tower. As we make our way up to their blue buff, it feels like we're literally walking into the Creeper candy van, only to find that I may have been lied to about the presence of candy. And considering my gullibility only goes so far, I rush my way back to our tower, excited to be the one surprising them for a change. In a stunning display of tryhardness, I launch forth with Clear the Path and burn my ultimate, attempting to save a tower that's clearly going to die. But once again, my tactical brilliance is outfoxed as they simply back away from me while I continue auto-attacking. As like-minded Aphrodite follows suit, prematurely wasting her ultimate for absolutely no reason. Seriously, I can't even make a joke about it. I don't know why she did that. And if you were a betting man, you just picked up some sure money on the outcome of this engagement. As she lies dead, I'll speed this up for you so you can see why the use of my ultimate was just as bad as hers. Did you place a bet yet? I gave you a hint when I talked about being a betting man. I was pretty impressed with my juking and figured he wouldn't hurt me much, but boy was I wrong, as 4 solid hits leave me with 13 hit points before he tower dives with Rising Jaguar and skips off into the wilderness a soft breeze away from death. Would have been nice to have an ult there, don't you think? I ping the minimap wanting vengeance and look over my skills, trying yet again to figure out what I'm doing wrong. Kinda late, but points for effort, right? Chapter 5. Third time's a charm? I'm really starting to get a hang of this Clear the Path thing, and Odin agrees as he comes over to give me a pat on the back. He's probably happy he got to snatch up Odin the non-failer and play him to his fullest. As I yet again pop my ulti because it's off cooldown, Ra follows suit, managing to connect with Hercules as Anubis wraps up Hades and this teamfight rapidly boils down to a comedy of errors that develop for pretty much no reason. While the Baby Slayer spins in with one of the few effective pushes yet, again he uses the anti-combo Rising Jaguar Poison Dart, preventing Rising Jaguar from doing 30% extra damage against already poisoned targets. It's honestly embarrassing that he can be so effective without it. I hate feeders. Sorry about that. I mean, I love it when people enjoy the game for the simple fun of it. Anyways, as you can see, Shivalaki definitely put the hurt on Anubis, who then faithfully calls to his lane mate Neith, telling her to be careful. She'd be doing just fine in the left lane all by herself, not getting a tower down this whole time. Ah, the memories. So with my health too low to do anything and no ultimate in sight, I stand with our able and trustworthy Aphrodite as we stoically represent the front line of our team. I somehow get the sense that they aren't intimidated by either of us, and when Hades demonstrates the point with death from below, I flee in horror with premonitions of the coming onslaught. Watch her because the unimportant tower goes down and witness the distance Earthbreaker can achieve when used to kill a minion. Now be amazed as Baby Slayer uses the same anti-combo to get a kill on me because I stayed way too long. Fuck! Well, now I got the FCC on me, and my team surrenders. Really this time, I'm not making it up. Under normal circumstances, I'd be in anger management, but there's something about this music. Before I sign off, take a look at the chat and enjoy the fruits of terrible team communication. If there's something I learned from this, it was not how to play Vamana, but instead I learned that communication is the key to victory. And so concludes this episode of How to Feel at SMITE Vamana. Sorry for the wait, but our editing prowess turned out to be worse than my Vamana play, if you can believe it. If we tickled your fancy, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and rate the video, and please leave any feedback or suggestions on how we can improve in the comment section. Keep an eye out for our next installment of How to Feel at SMITE, coming up soon! I'm Smitten, thanks for watching.
Good game. Bye.